The story begins in the gritty, salt-stained docks of Marseille in the 1990s. Julien Varga wasn't born into royalty. He was the son of a dock worker. While other kids played football, Julien watched the ships. He noticed which crates weren't logged and which guards took the longest smoke breaks. By age 20, Julien realized that in France, power wasn't just about money, it was about le réseau, the network. He started small, hijacking cigarette shipments, but he had a rule that set him apart. No unnecessary blood, but no mercy for traitors. To become the Don of France, Julien had to face the Unknown Corse, the old-school Corsican mob that had controlled French vice for decades. The turning point came during the Night of the Red Mist in Lyon. The Corsicans had kidnapped Julien's younger brother. Instead of paying the ransom, Julien did the unthinkable. He didn't attack their men, he attacked their money. He burned 3 of their main heroin refineries in a single night. Left with nothing to pay their own soldiers, the Corsican bosses were betrayed by their own men. Julien walked into their villa alone, carrying only a lighter and a contract. By dawn, he owned the south of France. Chapter 3. The King of Paris. Marseille was his heart, but Paris was the crown. Julien moved to the capital and transformed from a dockland thug into a gentleman rogue. He bought art galleries, invested in tech, and sat in the same cafes as ministers. He became known as Le Lion. He didn't just sell illegal goods, he provided order. If a street gang got too violent, Julien's men silenced them before the police even arrived. The government looked the other way because Julien kept the streets quiet. He was the invisible hand of the French underworld. Chapter 4. The Golden Cage. At the height of his power, Julien lived in a chateau in the Loire Valley. He had a private security force, a fleet of armored cars, and a network of spies that reached into Interpol. But power brings paranoia. Julien began to see enemies everywhere. He stopped trusting his oldest friend, Henri. One evening, over a bottle of 1945 Bordeaux, Julien realized Henri had been talking to a specialized task force, the BRB. In this business, Henry, the only thing more expensive than loyalty is the price of a mistake. That night, Henry disappeared. Julien was officially the most powerful man in France, but he was also the loneliest. Chapter 5. The Fall and the Legend. The end didn't come from a rival mobster, but from the changing world. The digital age made his old-school smuggling obsolete. A young, tech-savvy prosecutor named Elodie Laurent spent 10 years tracking Julien's legal businesses. In 2024, the police moved in, but Julien Varga was a ghost. When they breached his chateau, they found a warm cup of coffee and a note that read, "The lion never stays for the circus." Some say he is in South America. Others say he is living in a small village in the French Alps, watching the sunset. He remains the last true Don of France, a man who stayed a step ahead of the law until the very end.